Hi children, you all are welcome to Primary 4, second term, Buddhism. Chapter 14, Visakha, the Great Upasika. Objectives of the lesson. Visakha's family background. Childhood of Visakha. Visakha's religious faith. Visakha's marriage. Migara's family background. Visakha became Migara Mata. Visakha's service to the bhikkhus, bhikkhunis and the upasaka upasikas. In the city of Badya, there lived a rich millionaire called Dhananjaya. His daughter was Visakha. Dhananjaya was in the habit of going to the temple daily to pay homage to the Buddha and to listen to his Dhamma preaching. His daughter too accompanied him. Who is the daughter of Dhananjaya? Yes, Visakha. She too listened to the Dhamma. She was so involved in the Dhamma that by 7 years, that means from very small age, she attained the state of Sotapanna. Dear children, what is the meaning of Sotapanna? That is the first stage of sainthood. Sainthood means the quality or state of being a saint. You see, when parents are doing good things, children also follow. In the same way, when elder brothers and sisters doing good things, younger brothers and sisters follow them. So, you should be an example for them. When Visakha grew up to be a young lady, her father presented her an ornament to be worn round her waist. It was studded with gems and pearls. It was known as Melapalandana. Who presented the Melapalandana? Yes, her father, Dhananjaya. It was very valuable ornament. Visakha was given in marriage to Purnavardhana, the son of the rich merchant Migara from Savatnuvara. Visakha went to the Savatnuvara after her marriage. Visakha did not stop her religious activities. She gave alms to the bhikkhus who went from house to house for alms. Pindapata. That means the monk who is going from house to house for food we call Pindapata. Gradually, she began to explain the Dhamma, the Buddha and Sangha to the family. Right? Now, do you know children that Visakha's husband Purnavardhana and his family members are not Buddhist. They are followers of Jain ascetics. She got permission from family to offer alms to the Buddha in their house itself. The Buddha came to the house and preached the Dhamma to the whole family. After listening to the Dhamma, the whole family, including Purnavardhana and Migara, observed Pansil and became Buddhist. That is how children Purnavardhana, Migara and his whole family became Buddhist. The father-in-law, Migara, was very happy because he felt that his daughter-in-law led them in the correct path. This he felt as a motherly act, that is to lead one to the correct path. Same as this, your mother show you the correct path. When you do something wrong or when you take decision, your mother behind you and show the correct path. So you should listen to your parents always. Okay children? Hence, from That day, Visakha was known as Migara Mata. That is how children Visakha became Migara Mata. One day, Visakha attended a marriage ceremony. On that day, she wore the Melapaladana which her father presented her. Now you know children, normally when ladies are going for a wedding, they wear jewellery. You may have seen when your mother going for wedding, she also wearing jewellery. Right? On her way back, she visited Jetavanaramaya, the abode of the Buddha. That means children, the place where the Buddha lived. The Buddha lived in the Jetavanaramaya. She wanted to see the welfare of young bhikkhus who lived at Jetavanaramaya. Before entering the Jetavanaramaya, she removed her jewellery, the Melapaladana which she wore round her waist. She kept it near the entrance. Now we know as good Buddhists, we are not going to the temple wearing jewellery and fashionable dress. We wear white proper dress when we go to the temple. After listening to the Dhamma, Visakha went back home, forgetting the jewellery. Even her maid had forgotten this. Now you know Visakha is a very rich lady. She has maids, that means servants. Then Ananda Thero saw the Melapalandana and immediately reported to the Buddha. Ananda Thero was the personal attendant of the Buddha. After going home, Visakha remembered the Melapalandana, went back to bring it. When hearing what happened to the Melapalandana, she thought it is not proper to bring it back. When we give or take something to the temple, we don't bring back home. Right? She thought, I must sell it and build a vihara with this money. But there was no person to buy such a valuable jewellery because it was very valuable. Can you remember children how it was made? Yes? It was studded with gems and pearls. Who presented it to the Visakha? Yes, her father, Dhananjaya. Finally, she decided to spend that amount of money to build a vihara to the bhikkhus. After 9 months, she managed to complete the vihara, 2 stories building, which she gifted to the Sangha. It was known as Purvaramaya. We know it is a very famous temple situated in Polonnaruwa district. Visakha built the Purvaramaya and gifted to the Sangha. The Buddha stayed in Purvaramaya for 6 years. Visakha, the great Upasika, offered alms daily to the Sangha and looked after the health of bhikkhus and supplied all that was necessary for the bhikkhus. Visakha did so much for the development of the Buddha Sasana and the bhikkhus. She became the foremost Upasika, that means main Upasika. She served the bhikkhus, bhikshunis, the Upasaka Upasikas. She was devoted Upasika and gathered much merit. And also she lived a life of 120 years. Now you know people are not living that much years. Rarely some people are living 100 years. If you gather merit, you can live long life. So gather merit by doing good things. It is like collecting flowers to make garland of flowers, preached the Lord Buddha. Finally, I would like to tell you children, as good Buddhists, gather merit by doing good things. Now let's move to the summary of the lesson. Visakha attained the state of Sotapanna when she was 7 years old. Visakha got married with Purnavardhana, the son of rich merchant Nigara. Visakha known as Nigara Mata. She gifted Purvarama to the Sangha. She lived 120 years. Now let's move to the questions. Who was Visakha? At what age did Visakha attain Sotapanna? Whom did Visakha marry? How did Visakha help her husband's family? Explain the story of Melapaladhanava. Why was Visakha considered the foremost Upasika? How many years did Visakha live? Why do you think she lived a long life? Thank you.